All right. On next category, actually, we will get Panther last on this one because this is a hot button one for him as well. Best fighting game.
Yep.
Categories. This is actually the least amount of nominees in any category. We only have 4 here. It's pretty funny. Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. Dragon Ball Z. Oh, Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Or Fighters. I don't know how to pronounce that. Soul Calibur 6. And Street Fighter V Arcade Edition. Mez, where are you going?
With me, like, I'm going as far as like stuff I've seen because I've seen all these games played, and I did play a Street Fighter when it originally came out, but I didn't play the arcade edition. But for me, it's gonna be Dragon Ball Fighters. I did like the kind of way they implemented the fact that you could play as like a newcomer and button mash, or be someone who knows what you're doing and actually still want to fight, and have like these two different dynamic fighting styles for newcomers and experienced players. And just the look of it also looked really good to me, like because it's like just the actual graphical design for it looked good and caught my eye. So I'm going with Dragon Ball Fighters.
Okay. Kitty?
This is like one of the categories I know least about.
Yeah, I know.
Sporting and racing are the other ones, but I actually I like fighting games, when you're all like there's just like people hanging out and like that's what you do.
You're just watching.
Yeah, or you if you lose you pass the controller, that kind of thing. So that's the only time I play fighting games. Yeah. That's the only time I play, so I'm gonna just go with nostalgia, and we'll go with Street Fighter.
Street Fighter 5?
Yeah.
Arcade Edition. Okay. As for me, I'm gonna go with Dragon Ball Fighters. That's another thing where I feel like it kind of invigorated this franchise. Kind of along the same lines. My thought process, it kind of did the same thing that the people Insomniac did for Spider-Man, where it took a franchise that was had the potential to be something great and it hasn't really it didn't get there, and Arc System came along and breathed new life into this franchise with this game. And not only that, it's also really fun, and it's really easy to get into and play, and the freaking the way the clashes happen and stuff like that are pretty cool. The little cinematics they have, in-cut game cinematics they have for each character is pretty cool. All that stuff, to me was I had fun playing it. So I'm gonna go with Dragon Ball Fighters for that one. Panther, where are you going with this one? I know this is your bread and butter here.
First, I want to start with who I think's gonna win. Dragon Ball Fighters. I think it's gonna win.
Okay.
I was watching when Sonic Fox for Goichi won at Evo, and for the first time, it beat Fortnite. Fighting games haven't been that big since the 90s, and I was part of that movement. And to watch it, now I can tell you one of the reasons why it was so big that night. The Dragon Ball Fighters tournament went too long, and the Street Fighter tournament was supposed to start. So you had a lot of people watching Dragon Ball Fighters. So Dragon Ball Fighters is pretty big. That many people watching touch Fortnite. I think if that many people was going to watch that stream and watch this game, they're probably going to vote for it too. So I think it's probably going to win. More popular than the other ones. Now, for what I actually voted for, I'm going to start from, I bought every single game. I'm going to start from least to the best. Street Fighter V Arcade Edition is what the game should have been when it was released. Everything's been redone. You now have 2V system, V-trigger systems. We did the whole survival mode. They actually added an arcade mode. They fixed the online lag. It's much sort of shorter lag response time between each players now. They updated the shop, and they've added bundles now for the costumes. It is a much better game, and it's been optimized. My computer could run the game at 60 frames much better than it could when at release. Too little, too late. That should have been the release when it came out. There's no excuse for that game to come out bare bones like that. Gameplay-wise, I think it's not as good as the other ones on the list. One of the problems I've had with Street Fighter V, and a lot of the pros have said, is it's not a lot of choice in the combos. Whereas Marvel's Capcom Infinite, one of the things everybody said was good about it was the combos. You can sit there and press a button, I wonder if I could do this with that combo, and do that. Now you have your own custom combos, whereas most games, you just follow a list of combos. Street Fighter V is really strict. So strict in the combos that you can pretty much, once you know what a character can do, you can watch people play, and you can see the exact same combos come out, the exact same situations play over and over again, due to the priority system where it's Street Fighter always had a priority system where it's light, medium, and heavy. This one has a feature where the higher the priority hit will actually completely eliminate your hit. So there's no trading. And what you have is a lot of people scared to attack. So I'm on my show the video one time of Facebook, and man's like, that fight looks kind of slow and boring. I don't understand what's going on. Like, but that's part of the problem with Street Fighter 5. Most people won't really attack. A lot of times the fights are just people standing there poking because they know once you miss a poke, you can actually get hit into a combo, into a V-trigger, into a super. Like 50% of your health is gone. So you have a lot of matches. The matches are ridiculous. Yeah. But whatever. Street Fighter 5 is amazing because it's still one of the most popular games when it comes to the tournament scene. That's not my least one. Now, Blaze Blue is actually good. The first time I played Arc Sys game was Guilty Gear. I think I brought that to your house a long time ago. That's when I first started trying. Arc Sys to me is like, they're like the heir to the throne when it comes to 2D fighting games that Capcom had in the 90s. They've always made good games. And there's a few people like me who online will argue, you need to play an Arc Sys game. Most people won't. They skip them. Like I said before, Octopath Traveler and Xenoblade. It's a bias, especially in the fighting game community, to the anime style. They see these games, they see a lot of the girls, they don't want to touch them. They think, oh, it's a niche game for those kind of people. But their gameplay is close to what Capcom was at its best at, Street Fighter 3 and Alpha 3. Blaze Blue is much better than Infinite. It's an actual crossover game where they take the sprites of 4 different games. Ruby's they created themselves, and they combine it into a brand new game, and anybody could jump in there and pick any character. It's just as easy as Dragon Ball, where they simplified the gameplay style, because Blaze Blue is complicated. They simplified it so anybody can play it. The problem with Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle is the problem that Blaze Blue and Guilty Games have. You cannot find an online match. If you get the game late, there's nothing to do online. It's pretty much dead. I tried it a couple of days ago. Blaze Blue, I think it was one of them open, less than 100 players. It's also heavy. Yeah. I think I bought one of the other games. It was on sale on Xbox. Me and my brother bought it. Dead online. I paid another one on PC. Dead online. I bought Guilty Gear because people say Guilty Gear, XR, Sign, whatever. It's a game still at tournaments. It's an amazing game. Dead online. Great company.
When I first got that game, it was the online was popping. I know that, but that was like a year and a half, 2 years ago, I think. Yeah.
Whereas Street Fighter 5, no matter how bad I can say it is, people still playing it. Now,
sorry, I was just looking at the picture of Blaze Blue. Is that Ruby and Wise?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, I changed my opinion.
I didn't know what that was. I started watching the cartoon because of them. They are great characters, and they play really well in the game too.
I'm sorry, I changed my opinion. Okay, I'm sorry. Continue, Panther.
Yeah.
That's my vote for now.
Now, I was on the Dragon Ball hype train from the beginning. When I found out, because I've been playing Dragon Ball fighting games since the 90s, and I've always called them poor man Street Fighter games. They make money, and they know they will, because of the Dragon Ball license. Dragon Ball fans will buy anything with Dragon Ball, and I'm guilty of that. They've all been bad fighting games, and I've bought a lot of them. So when Arc System got behind us, so here we go, we're going to have an actual company that knows how to make fighting games, make a Dragon Ball game. And the gameplay is great. The online is great. People like to watch it online. It's a really good game to stream. This is why I think it's going to win. My only problem with it is more technical stuff on the fighting game side, like certain things I don't like in the gameplay. But that's all personal reasons. I have no reason like hating the game for itself. A lot of content in the game. Good arcade mode. Online is good. Story mode. You buy this game, you get a full game. So I definitely think it should win, even though I don't give it to it. Now, the game I think should win is Soul Calibur 6. The gameplay to me is amazing. The story mode is good. If you ever play Soul Calibur game, don't worry about it. They bring you through the whole story for every character. The creative player is fun. That's one. The matches online, hardly any lag. And this game just came out. I play Street Fighter. I'm still getting lag. It took them years to fix that, and this game's already good from the beginning. The gameplay is tight. It's definitely one of the old school 90s, which people also say for Street Fighter. Easy to learn, difficult to master. You can pick up Soul Calibur and start playing, and then have fun matches. You don't need to know technical. Once you start looking into the technical, the game, like the aspects of this game, there's so many attacks. You can have so much fun diving deep into this game. You can get to the point where you can get so good, you can just destroy somebody that you probably take you on a few months ago. It's that kind of game. The defensive options are really good as well. Soul Calibur 6 is probably going to get slept on because Dragon Ball FighterZ is what's popular now, and Street Fighter's community. It's just I'm part of it. We're hard headed. To us, Street Fighter's the best ever. But I think I've done it. But Soul Calibur 6 should be looked at, and that's it.
I mean, yeah, you talk about a series that you talk about something else that invigorated a series because like a lot of people felt dead on the Soul Calibur series since what 3? I mean, 2 is proclaimed as the best one,
And
but
one for the
3 was
Dreamcast,
at least
swear
passable.
Is like one of their favorite games of all time. That Dreamcast Soul Calibur game. People still talk about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like what? You mean Soul Edge or whatever?
Yeah, it's one for the Dreamcast. Like, for a lot of people, that was probably their first one playing those games. 3, I think you're right. 3 is the one I played, and I think 3 was bad. I think I traded that in. I don't even remember it. I traded it in. It was,
Yeah, I know. I played up to 3 because then I heard 4 and 5 were just like trash,
Yes.
so I didn't even bother with them.
Yeah.
But 2 was the last one I can remember that was like really good. So and a lot of people said that this feels very similar to that, and it feels like the fighting, the mechanics, they feel really good again, and stuff like that. The characters too, which was a big issue with a lot. I think was it 5 or 4? One of the ones where they said the characters were like all they tried to do that whole thing where they bring in like Third Strike or where they bring in new characters, but they didn't take. Like people were just like, these characters suck. So like they were happy to get rid of all these characters. They brought back a lot of the favorites.
It's going to be slept on.
I can see that.
I think people should at least, if it goes down in price, whatever, I think you should at least check it out and like sit down and play. I think it's pretty good, really good as a fighting game mechanically wise. You just pick up and play and just have fun with it.
I'm just saying these games are lucky that Smash ain't come out before this because that would have been.
Yeah,
that shit would have been on here.
It would have been between Smash and Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
I have a question though. Have you guys played Jump Force before?
No. Is that out yet?
No, but
I've seen the trailer for it. That anime game.
See?
Yeah.
There goes the anime game. There it goes again.
But Yami Yugi's supposed to be in it, so next.
It's gonna play trash, Kitty. Don't bother with it.
Oh.
It's gonna play.
No, okay.
It's gonna
year,
be trash.
We're gonna do this again, or whenever it releases, and I'll have a game to talk about.
Don't.
Like I said for Dragon Ball, the fans will buy it no matter how good the game is. They will make their money.
That has all the like freaking characters. It has like Naruto. It has like the kid from One Piece. It has the dude from Death Note is in there as well. They have a whole bunch of anime characters in there.
I didn't care, so they put Kenshiro in. I would love to play Kenshiro.
But
Kiss North Star, but
it's gonna play trash. It's gonna have that stupid Naruto
I'm gonna
combat
send
system.
everybody to the Shadow Realm. Okay.
Here we go. Here we go.
Command
Unless it has Toon World, the game, the cards don't matter unless there's Toon World.
Shadow Realm banishment. Anyways.
Okay. Let's go on to the next category. Best family game. The nominees are Mario Tennis Aces, Nintendo Labo, Overcooked 2, Starlink Battle for Atlas, and Super Mario Party. Mez and I just like to call this one the Nintendo category because that's like 90% of the nominees are like from Nintendo anyway. Mez, where you see best family game?
Best family game. I'm gonna just go with which one I think is gonna win.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna be Super Mario Party.
Yeah.
Just because like there's so many people that are like big Mario Party fans from like the old Mario Parties, like 1 and 2, and then since then it's been kind of dead, and people didn't like what 8, 9, and 10. They didn't like because of the whole change of the system, and this one kind of goes back towards the old system of Mario Party, and I think because of that, people are gonna be like big fans of this one because like, it goes back to like the board game style where not everyone is in a single cart, and you get the mini games and like all that stuff again. So I think that one's gonna get the win.
Kitty, where do you see best family game here?
Yeah, it's not a category I thought about. But
well, I mean, out of all these, which one you think would win? I guess.
Super Mario Party, because it's like, that's what everybody's gonna play, and that's what people who don't play video games play. You know what I mean?
No, I don't.
Yeah. People who don't play video games, like just casual people coming in.
Yeah, like because they'll buy that for like for when they have people over, and that'll be it, and that'll be like the only games that they play, right? So like I think that's why that would win, and it's usually pretty good. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
I get what you're saying. Like, it's just like, yeah, if you have like an aunt and uncle who has a freaking Switch, they might just buy one game, which probably be this one if the freaking kids come over or whatever.
Yeah.
I like the Overcooked series. I think it's fun. I don't know if it's a family game. Like, I don't know. I mean, you could, I guess, but I mean, I'm gonna go with Super Mario Party just because like it feels more like it would be a family game, and I think that's the one's gonna win anyway. But I do like the Overcooked series, so I don't know. What about you, Panther?
I'm a little bit different here, bias. As you know, Zan, years ago, you went to my house. My mother's played Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
So a lot of my family plays video games. My mother's a long-time gamer. My father plays fighting games. He's wanted to play fighting games with me as a kid. So for me, it's like Super Mario Party. Whole family, I got people in my house to play it. Here's the thing is, I've never liked Mario Party that much. It was always my sister's game. Me, I didn't like it that much.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I didn't pick it up for the Switch. Now, tennis, my girl bought because she loves tennis games, virtual tennis. I played there with her. It's actually a solid tennis game. It's one she plays a lot. I think it should win, but I think Mario Party is going to win it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like you said, these days, it's not online. It's probably Nintendo. They don't have a lot of online features in their games anymore. So they lose anybody that's older now that would have played Mario Party back in the day, won't play it now because if I get it and play online, how am I going to play online anybody else? So it has to be played in the group. Nintendo needs to get on that. Starlink Battle for Atlas does not belong on this list. I have this game. All they did was take this single-player game and add like a second ship, co-op, split screen. That's not a party game.
That's not a family game, yeah.
I don't know.
That's just a co-op game.
I don't know what they're thinking with that one. Overcooked, my girl loves. She's been trying to get me to play for the longest. I don't know why she loves it.
I play that with the wife. That's one of our favorite games to play together. That, I mean, there's the whole bickering back and forth thing. I mean, we had the video put up there where we were like basically fighting during it and stuff like that. So that's why, like I said, I like this series, and I can see that like with more people being fun as well, because you can do up to 4 people. Trying to do stuff like that. But I think Mario Party just is gonna win, just off the fact that based on the amount of people that I see streaming it and playing it and doing let's play videos of it, like it's like super popular right now because people enjoy Mario Party and they enjoy the silly games that are in there.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna win. Yeah.
All right, let's jump down to best multiplayer game. We have Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Destiny 2 Forsaken, Fortnite, Monster Hunter World, and Sea of Thieves.
Oh, let me go first real quick.
Yeah, go.
I actually,
Mez, you can go after him too.
I actually stream Sea of Thieves. Nobody cares about this game.
Yeah, what
Nobody
is that?
cares.
What is that?
What happened
What
to
is
Rare?
it?
When I mean, okay,
I don't know, man.
we're talking about open world games like Spider-Man on this list, Red Dead. This game
Yeah.
is open sea with nothing happening in the sea. Nothing. You go to
Jesus
the islands.
Christ.
The islands are dead. There's nothing to do. Holy smokes.
So it's
The
like
loot
a
system.
sea version of No Man's Sky.
That's what they call it. They call it No Man's Sea. The game has no story mode. The character creation, the clothes are all locked behind grinding for money. But the money system,
Jesus.
you fight like the same sky. You do the same missions over and you can play the game in one day and you see all the content in one day.
Wow.
I managed to
Wow.
get my girl and my brother to jump in with me and actually get in and play together as a group. The only thing that's actually fun, and you don't like the game, is moving the ship. It takes a crew to actually guide the ship in the sea, and it's actually kind of fun talking to people like you do this, you do that on the ship. But other than that, there has no gameplay elements whatsoever.
So if you're by yourself, how do you move the ship?
When you play by yourself, you got to get a small ship. But you want the big ship.
Oh, okay.
You carry more loot and has more defense, and you can have more cannons on the ship to fight other ships. But other than that, it's basically a sandbox with nothing much in the sandbox to do. I don't know.
So it begs the question: why is this game
On the list.
on this category? Yeah,
So it shouldn't be there.
I gotta imagine there's money involved here.
Gosh. Hope not.
There is. I mean, like
Microsoft,
you
yeah.
can. It's Microsoft. Like they have no other game to put on here. At least
Yeah.
it's an exclusive.
That's why I was like kind of
Yeah, Mez can.
like telling Zan is like if you look at almost all the categories we've gone through, Sony has been almost all over it. We had the Nintendo category to itself with family games, but even like last year, like Nintendo was all over it with Odyssey,
Mario and
Legend
Breath of
of
the Wild.
Zelda. It's like Microsoft has been dwindling on any like exclusives or any like thing where they could be like, represented themselves. Like the only thing on any of these lists that's Microsoft exclusive
Forza.
is Forza and Sea of Thieves, and like and
Gosh, no.
Sea of Thieves is a reach. Like
that's a pity selection, man.
Yeah. So like Microsoft, like as far as they've done with like Xbox One and stuff, like I feel like the biggest problem is like they don't have enough exclusives backing or even good exclusives to support their system anymore.
And they're buying all these fucking studios and doing shit with them. They like every week or so, every month, I keep hearing about how Microsoft bought another game studio, and I was like, where the stuff coming out for these that then? Like, I don't understand, dog. Like, you've had Rare for like how long now? They've had Rare like almost a decade at this point, even more than that.
Since the 360
and
days.
What's that?
Since the 360
Since the 360 days, yeah. So it's been over a decade now, and they've done jack shit with them. Like there's nothing that Rare's put out where I'm like aching to buy it or play it at all.
And this is a company that like used to be
huge
with like Donkey Kong, and when they had
Viva Pinata, okay, a lot of people like Viva, okay.
It's like, but when they had like Donkey Kong originally, and then Banjo-Kazooie, it's like these are like games that people used to love, and like
fucking
Rare has been doing
Perfect
anything.
Dark. They had the GoldenEye series too.
Oh man, classics.
Yeah.
And then we got Sea of Thieves.
And then you get to Sea of Thieves. Jesus,
Man.
I wouldn't mind an open world pirate game. I'd enjoy that kind of genre too. But fuck, like when I saw about people doing that, I was like, I ain't getting that shit. Looks terrible. I wait for that. What was it Skull and Bones?
Skull and Bones.
It's supposed to come out. That is the people who did Black Flag. It's supposed to be doing this one. It's just be straight up. I'm like, that looks exciting at least. Shit happens. Like fucking invent shit, man. Make a Kraken come out. Something. Like don't just.
We got that too. It doesn't do anything. You can't actually see it. Like the tentacles come out and they grab you, but you can't actually go down and hit it.
Oh my god.
That's bad.
Just do something. I don't know. Wait, did we actually pick? Wait, what was the choice?
I don't think
we're just shit talking Sea of Thieves. I don't think anyone picked. Like we're just shit talking Sea of Thieves. We didn't actually pick. What was your pick, Panther?
I mean, most of the games on the list are from the other list. So I'm probably going Monster Hunter World. It's my game of the year.
Yeah, fair enough. Mez?
For me, it's gonna be Monster Hunter World, because it's a game where it's heavily revolves around multiplayer, and that's where you get the most fun out of it. And I don't know, anytime we were able to get like a full group together, where it was like me, you, Kitty, and E all together, it's like going after a monster. It was always fun.
Yeah.
So.
It's a game that increases in fun with the more amount of people you have. So I'm gonna go there too. Obviously, Monster Hunter World. That was like our game for like a good 2 or 3 months or something like that.
Yeah, that's my pick, but I think Fortnite's gonna win.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I like the
that's
game.
fair.
It's a co-op experience. I've played the co-op game. People don't play together really.
Yeah.
It says multiplayer. It doesn't necessarily say co-op. So I guess they consider the other people in the server with you as multiple
NPCs
players.
For the way it plays.
They what?
They can be NPCs for the way people play. You play Fortnite, right? Everybody dies like the first minute. It's like Battle Royale.
Yeah.
It's like multiplayer
like
experience.
it goes like you get like 15-20 minutes before you actually meet somebody and you see like the numbers dwindling down.
You're dead. 10 seconds dead.
Can we do honorable mention? Just
for
Moss?
Which one? For multiplayer?
Best debut indie game. For Moss, I really want to play that game. It just looks so adorable. But that's it. Like that's all. I don't even know what the other games
Best
are.
debut indie game. So Moss.
Yeah. Before we skip past that.
All right, no problem.